There's been motion and second to the last board minute meeting. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposers? All in favor. So we have appearances this time. If you're on the list, get yourself ready. Ryan Holmes.
Yes, sir. I don't have a lot to update tonight, really. If there are any questions about anything we're working on, I'll be happy to take them.
Ryan, I know that door closed any further this way. Or you can move the stand around so that you won't this way. There you go.
All right. Is there any questions? All right.
Thank you. Looking up.
Yep. You're welcome.
I know it's, do you know if we got that application in for the grant for the safe roads?
We have not turned one in. If that's something y'all want to do.
Remember we had,
We looked at it.
I thought we had done it,
We did last year,
Okay.
but not this year.
well, we sent in the paperwork, but it wasn't, I don't think, we sent in the paperwork to help us,
Yeah.
but I don't think we ever,
I'll look at it and I'll get with you tomorrow.
okay, because I think we have to, there's 3 opportunities each year.
Yeah.
I still want to pursue that.
I'll look at it, and I'll give you a call.
Okay.
As y'all are budgeting, it may be, kind of to understand what the requirements will be and matching or anything like that.
Anybody else?
Personally working on what we talked about.
All right, I'll hang out.
Okay, next we have Mike McKenzie, WKG.
Yes, how are y'all? Quickly, Brookhaven Boulevard still rocking along. They've got the last little bit of the median poured out to the center. They were filling in the little gap of asphalt today. They'll start on closing and widening Brookhaven Street by Trustmark next week is what they're telling us. So we'll have to wait and see. But once that's done, the paving and striping will go really fast. And again, the intent is to do the paving time. So.
I got one question on the turn lane, when they strike, will there be something, it's a little confusing now, and right now they got a little something there, but that's the question I'm getting, it's like, some people are going in, so will you have something there to indicate not to come in there or whatever?
Well, we intend to have enough there to indicate that to the people that are paying attention, the ones that want to obey the traffic markings. We're laughing about this with fire chief for the meeting. Some of them we're not going to stop. They're going to go what they want to do, wherever they want to go. But we think we have it covered.
Okay. But there'll be some striping.
Oh, absolutely.
Real quick.
Yes, absolutely. Cedar Street is done. We have the easements repaired, and we need to sit down with probably the mayor and Jason to talk through a couple of issues about that before we, publicize it and go forward with it. Likewise with Lipsy's Attention Home, we got those plans. What I would call an obviously complete. I'd like to sit down with the mayor and Jason and if you're available, talk through what we've done. We tweaked a little bit of something over what I kind of originally thought in my head. I'll let y'all know the extent of what we're going to do before we sit down with the Joneses and talk through it with them. So maybe one day later this week if y'all got some time. Okay.
Just call the office.
Yes, sir.
Should get a schedule.
One old thing, the crosswalk behind Brookhaven High School. We opened those quotes the first time like 3 or 4 months ago at least. We opened them again at the last meeting, but we didn't have a comparable quote to go with it. So we've got 2 quotes for that. Greenbrier continues to be the low quote of $66,500. If that's something that you want to move forward with.
Well, I'm curious to see what the other folks are.
Okay, it was, so Brad Turner Construction, what we did was, the first 3 times we get this done as asphalt. This time it's speed humps and a crosswalk. And I can show you the sketch. I know you're wondering why the heck it costs so much. I'll show you. We opened,
Maybe they're above the ground.
So we gave them an option of doing it in concrete or asphalt, and so, Brad Turner Construction was at 66,791. So another, $291. Or 200, absolutely, it's not, you can have that.
Have Turner Construction everything working?
Yes,
They do
as a
good
matter of
work.
fact, if you've been on Colin's campus, you've seen concrete crosswalks there. He did those. And he did some more for us on a job, East Mississippi, I think's where it was, Scuba.
I mean, Greenbrier, he does dig and sewer line, pipe, and, I mean, I don't know what the budget is, maybe something we can do. Look at, or we make a motion to do, so we wanna look at it.
Hold on, fellas. Let us do this. Let's look at the budget.
Right.
And see, because I know that, one company does a whole lot of work and all of that, but, you know, we want to be able to give some other companies a chance. So, I know that and not all the time it's the low bid, it could be. And so, let's look and see what we got in the budget, and we can get back with you before we even motion on this. Would you do that?
Yeah, I found it, I'm just saying, this costs a low bid, I mean, it's the best bid.
Okay, well, let's do that. Let's look at the budget and see what we can do.
And then the other thing is, you guys are familiar with your new city hall site. On the southeast corner, next to the railroad track, there's a new pipe that's putting water out onto the ditch at the railroad track. The existing pipe underneath Chippewa is an old corrugated metal pipe that's rusted in, needs to be replaced. We've been going back and forth with CN Railroad for like the last 2.5 months now. So we finally got to a point that we took quotes today to remove that pipe, replace it under Chippewa, and then clean the ditch out on the railroad track for 400 feet all the way to Minnesota. It's got to be cleaned all the way out to Minnesota before it's even going to drain. So I have 2 quotes on that. Greenbrier's at $35,083.50, and Mitchell's at $42,150. So there again, Greenbrier's low quote of $35,083.50.
So what's the difference in the amount?
$7,070. About 20%.
Are you, you griping with seeing just to be able to do that work on, I mean, are we trying to get them to help?
No, well, that's the route we went first. Hey, it's your ditch. It hadn't been cleaned out in 40 years. Why don't you clean it out? And their response was, no, but we'll work with you. And so that turned into, well, we got to get the signal crew down here from Chicago to hold up the little flashing arm, and that's going to cost you $30,000 a day to be on site. And so, just way seeing work.
So we're just gonna put some barriers up and do it.
Yes, and so, anyway, we finally got enough traction with some of the local people here. They're gonna work with us. We're not gonna do the signal crew. It's a long story, but this is by far the best deal we were able to come up with.
Okay, stop right there. Let me give one question. So we want to clean out the ditches.
We're gonna clean out the ditch from Chippewa to Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
And we want to make sure that the water's flowing
Yes, sir.
again. So it won't
Correct,
flood the track.
correct.
Okay,
And that includes digging up the existing pipe that's underneath Chippewa right now,
right.
throwing it away and putting a new one there.
Okay, let me ask you this. How much of that work can our city crew do?
I haven't discussed it with Jason.
Okay, well, do me a favor. Discuss it with Jason.
Okay.
And see how much work that our city crew can do.
Right.
And before we commit ourselves to,
Sure.
allowing the contract to come in.
Just table these for comment.
Correct.
All right. Good deal. That's all I have. Unless you have
And Mike, let me ask you one more thing
Yes,
before we go. And I want the people out in the audience and those of you who are on Facebook that calls me and come by to discuss Brookway. Brookway Boulevard is not finished.
no, sir.
They are not complete. I was told there's gonna be some other work on the Brookway Boulevard, like paving and all of this business. So give us time to get that straight. And all the people on Facebook, hey, just make sure that it's not finished. I want to talk to you about Wendy's, when the meeting was over.
Yes.
But because it's, and so give us time, give the people time to get it complete before we just start complaining so much that it get out of hand. Is that right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
I got a question. Well, I got a couple questions. The question I'm hearing on consistent, do we have I guess a finished drawing? Because again, I'm hearing the fact that, I think, on Brookway,
Yes.
the fact that I guess originally it's supposed to be to alleviate, I guess, traffic as well as being safe. Something about a roundabout, especially not being put there. And so those things about, do we have a drawing showing what the final product will look like? Because again, by us being new, you know, I can say stuff like, the roundabout, I don't see it being worked on. Again, we talk about those area where right there by Burger King, I don't see it being put there. So things that if we don't see it, there's no visual aid that we just okay, well, this way it look like it is. Right now, we just see it as it is and say, well, you think that we don't see workers, like, well, they must be halfway through. So basically, that's what we see consistent. When you see cones, like, well, are they through? You know, so that's why I think maybe the misconception where I think if we knew if it's going to be a roundabout, are they going to make those areas, if I mentioned on Brookhaven Street, where that area won't be blocked off? So I think those are probably two vital things that I'm hearing a lot about.
Yes, so we do have a good visual aid, and I can email that we had worked up probably 3 months ago before you guys took office. We gave it to Garrett, so he could kind of, work it through the Chamber of Commerce, and I'll email that to everybody again tomorrow. The other thing on the roundabout, that's an MDOT project. It is moving forward. My understanding is they're bidding it this next letting is what I heard, and I ain't positive on that. But that is moving forward, and there will be a roundabout at each off ramp on each side of the interstate. So it's gonna be two roundabouts, one on the west side, and one on the east side.
I think what happened was somebody posted a picture of the boulevard and they responded talking about the roundabout and everybody got to think, well, they gonna put a roundabout in the boulevard.
Yeah,
That's not what
Brookway
happened.
51.
Right.
No.
And that was, so that's what started. The theory behind the whole thing is, when you come out of a store, or either, you're gonna have to take a right. Everybody's gonna take a right, no matter which way you're going. You're gonna take a right. If you gotta go the other way, you got to go up and turn around. But it just keeps that spaghetti from everybody just going like they were going, coming out. I mean, you're gonna come out, take a right. If it's the way you wanna go, you're going right. If not, you can turn around and go the other way.
And it was predicated on safety. It was over 500 accidents, in a 6-year period for the traffic study and, dealing with the police department totals. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I can see that, but I guess when you're talking about exit 51, going to the boulevard where you have a lot of congestion right there when they come off, coming south. So you're coming south and you're going to take that right turn. That traffic is always backed up. So my thing is we're going to make inventions and improvements. You think have been made there compared to right now, that area is still congested, it's still going to be congested. Even just money being
They got one lane block.
But
But here's the theory, I mean, if everybody would use that line, there's a line drawn in the middle of the road. If people would stay to the inside line, they don't creep over to the right lane, and that's what causes the merge.
For now, I think the mayor hit the nail on the head. All this.
Just calm down. Please calm down.
We're not having a roundabout.
It's not finished. Calm down. And just like building a house, you can see the foundation and then you get to walk around, what's gonna go here, what's going, calm down. It's gonna be better than it was. Thank you, Mike.
Yes.
Let me come. Scott Williams,
Yes, sir.
come on up, Scott. Scott is the guy that killing the mosquito.
Mosquito man. Amongst a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
But Ms. Gifford, we've been talking with her, Jason, and talked with the mayor's on, about the old Eva Harris school property. There's a major issue with mosquito problem that we cannot get to treat. We've had multiple cases of West Nile that originate right there in that trap. Y'all, there's nothing I can do about it. just hope and pray nobody gets nothing. But, other than treat what we can. And I talked to Mr. Larry and he asked me to bring a few pictures, just kind of y'all can see what's inside, want to pass them around. I tried to, scratch out the graffiti that was profanity, Mr. Larry.
Right.
That's what the markings are. I mean, they're different pictures, so.
Who owns the property? Who owns the property?
Eva Harris?
Have we found that out?
Yes, General Missionary Baptist State Convention. Located out of Jackson. The former president was Dr. Jerry Young, passed his new hope, but he's not the president anymore. But his name is still listed on the title deed. And so we put in calls to Rev. Dr. Young, and I'm to call him again tomorrow to see can we get a easy way through there to help Scott fight those mosquitoes.
That's the main thing is I can take care of a lot of stuff, but, inside of an old building, something I, just can't hardly legally deal with. And it is a concern. I've talked to Jason quite a good bit about some, tires, bunch of tires around town and what have you. That is a major source of mosquitoes. Major. They love tires. And people just throw them out or pile them up, what have you. And I know that up in Richland, of course, you can't hardly breathe in Richland, but that's a no-no. They catch tires, they're gonna find you. And, I definitely don't want to see Brookhaven go overboard, But the new monthly report went out today. Maybe you should have, Ms. Mary, you should have got it. And, anytime anybody wants to see that report, they will have it. And it's, the previous aldermen understand that the ward is not our spray zone. So we have our spray zone 1 through 5, and then you have your ward. So, I had at one time gave one of our zone maps to Samantha. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but I can send you another one, Miss Mavis. And that way the aldermen know what's
You
what.
send me a copy of it, I got it all.
Okay, you got it, okay, all right, and, right now, we hope, based on the set of traps I picked up today, the numbers are definitely declining. They have been astronomical statewide. This has been the worst year for West Nile in about 5 years. But we are getting those numbers back under control. And, if anybody's got any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them. And that's about all I got, Mr. Mayor.
Any questions? Thank you, Scott.
That was nice, sweet, simple, to the point, and y'all didn't eat me.
Thank
That's
you,
right.
Yeah, but we're gonna be working on it, and I don't want the public to be panicked, because West Nile has been in Brookhaven a long time.
Now,
And,
let me tell you one thing, I'm glad you said that.
right,
I talked to Jason. Our legal department and PR department is putting together like something you can send out like to the newspapers or put on the city Facebook page that's worded to where it won't cause panic. It's, more or less of precautions,
correct,
common sense stuff.
correct.
And, when I get that in my hand, of course, I'll get it, to you.
Thank you.
And, if y'all want to post it, that's fine.
Thank
And
you.
Ms. Mavis, I'm going to send you, My boss sent me some deal you can put like on the Facebook page, little prevention tips here and there, and I will send that to you. It's in a Google shared folder, but if you can't open it, let me know.
Thank you, James. Thank you so much. Brother Scott, thank you so much.
Y'all have a good one.
All right. All right, thank you so much. Curtis Oliver, Planning Commission.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you guys for allowing me to, come and talk. I have some handouts on some general information, regarding the planning commission. And the second thing is that the one sheeter is, pretty much just a summation of what the two-page document is about. Since I've been on the planning commission, a little bit over a year, come to find out that it's grossly untrained. There's some areas of responsibility that, the commission needs to be, aware of and trained in. I think some of the previous members that was on the board said they had received no training. One of the primary responsibilities of the planning commission is the comprehensive plan. 2009 comprehensive plan is still on the website. The 2018 comprehensive plan is not. So I would suggest, if possible, to put the 2018 on there, and that's one of the primary focuses on making Brookhaven better. Is that plan? It has not been addressed at all. The primary mission behind for years has been, oh, we just deal with zoning. That's not the case. That's not state law. That's not city ordinance. The two are combined together. So comes to ask you to support us as we move forward. We've agreed to meet every second Thursday of the month, beginning in September. So some of the objectives we have is to do what you guys would like us to do. Work on research, investigate things of that sort, and present it to you all for consideration. We're gonna be requesting somehow something in next year's budget for us to be trained, to include our travel, those types of expenses for us. Again, 20 years are better. And the only thing that the planning commission has ever done is zoning. When somebody comes and wants a special zoning requirement, that's it. Well, state law says that's not it. And we intend to fully operate that statute and what the city ordinance says. So with you guys' blessing, that's what we like to do.
How many conferences a year they have, Curtis?
Well, they have at least 3. One in the state and 2 nationals.
I think we do have the comprehensive plan. We got 2020 on there.
Right, we do have the comprehensive plan, hard copy.
Okay.
We do have the hard copy. I have a copy of that.
Okay, let me interject something real quick.
Yes, sir.
The website has been shut out.
Okay.
Because now we got to build a new website. Because the administrator of that website is no longer with us.
Okay.
And so please be patient with us until we can build a new website.
Okay.
For the city of Brookhaven. It's coming, but it's gonna take a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
And I think we talked about that, about your attending conferences.
Right.
And we're working on that in the budget.
Okay.
Okay? And so we want to see you move forward. We want to see you all trained and so you can come back, so you can really help Brookhaven as a whole.
Reached out to Southwest Planning, the City of Jackson's Planning Commission, and requested that they mentor us in this process to help us get a greater understanding of how to address and deal with the comprehensive plan and other issues that's outlined in our area of responsibility. So we'll be reaching out to them a little bit more to get that information So we'll be, on point and be able to provide you guys with some accurate, recommendations. I.e., the commission had, the opportunity to talk about the development down on 51. What's the name of it?
51 First Street.
Yeah, First Street,
Uh,
Millbrook.
this is-
And we asked the then,
They were,
Representative David Fur to have them come before the planning commission to discuss so we could provide an adequate recommendation to the board at that time. Well, he circumvented the board, the commission. We don't want that to happen anymore. If there's something that has to do with economic empowerment, economic growth, social ills and stuff of that sort, we'd like to be on point initially when it comes about so we can do our due diligence to make a recommendation to you guys. That hasn't been happening. It's been basically David Fur and the mayor. And then the board approves whatever that is. So,
Okay,
you reside here.
okay, so we.
I just want to bring that
Okay,
up.
right, so that's history. We're working on new
Moving
administration,
forward.
and so we're moving forward. We got a new, person there, Dan Reed, and so we're gonna make sure that everything goes, such as this comes by the planning.
One
How about that?
One
Go
question.
ahead.
Yes, sir.
So also, can y'all go to Jackson and they have me to see how they actually run a meeting?
Sure.
yeah, they did.
The commissioner for this area, when you get ready to have, whatever meeting you wanna have on, when you get ready to have it, can you, send him a request to be at that meeting for this year?
Southwest planning.
Yeah, can you have him to be?
Sure.
And I mean, I will, send me a text and let me know, so I just wanna see him.
Well, I'm gonna reach out to him for our very first meeting
Right.
in September. And then we'll draw up a schematic, matrix as to, steps to move forward.
Okay. Just let me know when he's coming, so I can just come sit in.
All right, so the comprehensive plan for 2020, where did it come from?
We do it like every 5 years, we got,
Okay.
slaughter, help us with that.
Right. Oh, by the way, I reached out to them and asked them to come and help us. I hadn't got a response from them yet.
Well, I spoke with him, he's gonna come and meet us.
Because I guess y'all's job will not be to write a plan,
Our job is to review and make recommendations of the plan that whereby some things can be activated, some things cannot, but it's to make recommendations to you guys. The comprehensive plan has not been reviewed since it got dust on it.
I thought we had one for 2020.
We do.
Today, yeah, it's 2020.
Have you seen
It's
it?
coming in this year.
Have you seen it?
We
I
have,
have not.
That's my point.
we have, I can give it to you.
I have a copy,
Okay, 2020.
but yeah. 2019, well, actually stated 2019.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna work it out. Right,
Yes, sir.
thank you, Brother Oliver.
All right.
All right. David Holloway, thank you. David Holloway. Wait a minute, you're not here. Okay, Jason Markham. Water Superintendent.
Good evening. Y'all already touched on, some things that I was, talking about, so I really don't have anything for the report unless you have anything for me.
You got to know Jason wearing 2 hats, a bunch of hats. And so, he's working, he's actually trying to he's handling the water superintendent and he's public works director. So he's handling 2 things. So, thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah.
With stuff like we're getting a lot of calls on, I guess, the landscape. And that's something that will go through him, because right now, I've got calls about, I guess, the interstate, I guess, the exits. And basically where they're cutting, where we'll be cutting, and where the other guy used to cut at, and we're not cutting there now. And so I don't know who the great, I think it's something we figure out to another person. So who would need to get those questions? You or?
You can talk with Jason. If he can't come to me, then we'll figure it out.
I understand it's already subcontracted, and just maybe trying to figure
Okay.
out, maybe the guy's not paying for these, to cut, and, but I've got a couple calls on that.
We'll figure it out. I saw something about that Jason, you know anything about all of that?
The only thing, they just give me a call and I direct whoever it is that needs to understand the process and how everything works. So just give me a shot.
Thank you, Jason.
I got one.
Yes, sir.
Meadowbrook is flowing.
Yes, we are still flowing at this point. We're gonna keep a close eye on it because normally sometimes when you deal with those sewer issues, you can unstop it now and maybe 100, 200 yards down the line, it stop up again. So, we're
Good.
good. At this point, we're good right now. Keeping a close eye on it.
And if you think about it, maybe this week, or just drive through, roll the window down, and if we don't get any rain, we might need to toss a little something in there, get our comments on it.
Okay, good.
If you don't mind. We got something to put in.
We do. We got some enzymes. We
And
can't.
it looks good where y'all cleaned up. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You guys too.
Yes.
They did a good job.
Anything else for Jason? Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Here it comes. Thank you, there. Chris Reed. Fire Chief. Jeff Ainsworth.
We have a pretty good response on our smoke detector. We're filling up the page. We still got some, so if anybody needs some, just give us a call. We'll come fix you up. That's about it. Fletcher, did you want to talk about that other, or we'll just research a little bit?
Is Tion out there?
Theon.
So the smoke detector just contact you is free to, you get one per household, how does?
No, we come install them, and most houses on average are 3. Just depending on the size of the house and the bedrooms, we'll just kind of
So
look
you got
at it.
kind of information literature that you can send, outline what y'all actually get,
Sure, I can come up with something.
okay. And you-
So this is the only time that you all would come in the house if you're invited.
Yes, sir.
You
They call it
don't only do smoke detectors.
smoke detectors, yeah.
Okay.
We'll install them, and, but I get those from the state, so if we
Okay.
get them from the state, I have to install them. Home Depot sent us, probably, 20 or 30 the other day. They just donated them to us. And, they had some little spray can fire extinguishers like for the kitchen.
Right.
And if we go with the smoke detectors, we'll take a couple of them and just hand them out. Those aren't regulated by anything.
So there's no criteria, no, just.
No,
first come, first serve.
to me, I just first come, first serve. I'll call up there when I start running low, and they'll say, we got some or we don't. If we do, I got a guy that brings them down to me, and but those from the state, I have to have an address and how many I put in. They just want to keep a record of that.
Okay, so who would call, Michelle? What's the number? Who do they call, you or?
You can call me. Yeah, my cell phone fine.
You call the firehouse?
Fire?
They call the fire, yeah,
What's the best
the
number?
best number for me, 601-757. Oh my goodness, 3888. But it's in the city, city thing too. So.
What's that number again?
Yeah.
Okay, back to your question on our little issue today. We got a call from a lady, and then I got the number from, they live in Illinois, that's what showed up. And then, I don't know, the second lady I got with Tion was gonna get with her, because when they called back, I don't think I talked to you about this. They decided they might not want to burn it. They wanted to know what they could do. So, all that being said, did Miss Jackson, did you hook up with Miss Jackson?
Yeah, so she gonna get in contact with the guy that cut it, and they gonna haul it off.
Okay, so they're not gonna burn it now.
No, they gonna not gonna.
Takes me out of it.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, I got a question. Dealing with, equipment, I guess, it's amazing. We're new again. I keep, a lot of time, all of you guys been a long time. I'm new, I guess, generally new. Dealing with stuff like, I guess, equipment. What's our equipment? I know I talked to you last time, but you said one of the pump over on those trucks. Do we have a way of evaluating these things where when we're taking them out and they're not functioning properly at a budget? What's our process of knowing what we have that works? So I think that you're not thinking about a situation where in Kentucky County, where those guys are in a bad situation where I'm trying to get something done, and also the fire got caught in a bad situation dealing with how they escalated from needing the jaws of life.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, a lot of people jumped on them from the firemen based on the police leaving, but that got real ugly up there. So I'm just concerned, I don't want us to be in a bad situation with our people. So my thing about based on empathy and based on, showing passion, what are we doing to make sure that our equipment works? And then what are we doing to make sure that when our people, when they come up on the scene, that the people can identify that, I know you don't know the person in the burning house, you don't know the person in the bad situation. What are we doing about those things to make sure those people that understand, hey, we have our best energy and our best, less than point.
Well, I mean, as far as equipment, it's mechanical. Anything can break. So we have a daily checklist. The lieutenants, they go over the truck. You can go over the truck 10 times and then you pull out and something can break. Our Jaws units are pull stars. That's just the way they're made. I want to get to some battery operated as backups. The hydraulics are just stronger than me. But we have pulled the cord out.
Do volunteer follow the same criteria as municipality?
They've got a little different. Their response time is different. We're on scene, you know, like for the Lincoln County, we run the job. Pye County, other counties, volunteers run the job. Our stuff is checked every day. Our stuff is maintained. I got the invoices to prove I get it serviced, you know, yearly. But it's mechanical. It can break, and that's why our one main Jaws truck that's the one I want a set of battery.
Chief,
Yes.
since you become chief, what was your rating when you started as chief?
Rating, it was a 5.
It was 5. Where we at now, since you as the chief?
A 4, and then Brooke went to a 6. And I want to get them to a 5, but that's something I'm probably going to have to come before y'all with to get permission to go talk to the county board to see what we can do. We don't have enough input in it. As far it's our fire district. Stanley does the fire inspections. We have codes as far as those size buildings have to have sprinkler systems. I think where we're falling short with the rating bureau is the buildings that are being constructed, we don't have any say in that. As far as like Daniel inspecting for building construction. And this is probably something we need to discuss. And I'm gonna have to come to y'all so I can get permission to go talk to them. I'm just trying to get to an issue because we're real close to being at a 5 out there. And if it's just words or whatever on a piece of paper, then I think we need to get it done. But I think it's probably more than that. So,
But since you've been a chief, you got a training officer,
training facility, 2 trucks coming.
keep your logs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we got everything. Well, you got to keep all that up just to be able to lower that rate. And I started out when I got in office, I saw our last evaluation and I saw the points that I could work on. And we hit all those marks. They got us the lower rating. I'm waiting on this next survey to come in. They haven't got it to me, then I'll see what I got to work on there. Probably going to be manpower is where we're at. And that's just an issue that another station, manpower, but you know, anything else will be taken care of.
Appreciate it.
Well, I guess I want to kind of clarify what they were just saying. I don't think it was about technology. I think it's a teaching experience from the standpoint. You know, I think if the guys in camp, if they show empathy and emotion, some of the things might have took place. So I'm not saying the equipment. My thing is, I guess I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
In other words, they're talking about technology. I'm not talking about the fact of technology. I'm saying the fact that when people come to the scene, when you come there energized wise, they're trying to assume you're gonna save lives and not walking up to say, well, everything's already okay. Not anticipating it's okay and not knowing, and people take it as being a person not caring. So that's more of a training thing more so than I guess.
Yeah, I mean, my guys do their job, and that's one of my first priorities is they answer to me, I answer to y'all. We all answer to the citizens out there on the sidewalk. They're the boss. And if you lose sight of that, I don't need you.
Being former police officer, sheriff deputy, you can't control people's emotions. You try to keep them calm as much as you can, but you cannot control their emotions. And by the time they get word what's going on, their emotions are already high before they show up. And so, Jeff, y'all doing a great job, and I appreciate you. Okay.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
All right. January, building inspector.
Mainly just some things keep catching up. These are two separate properties, just for information. They come up on me today. So I just got that going out just so y'all can, it's not anything in the work. These right here are what we've been discussing for a few meetings.
Always. Thank you, sir.
Good job, Dan.
You got it. Well, it's not gonna take that long. Most of it,
We got two. Bobby, do you need one?
I'm okay.
You sure?
I'll get one.
I'll catch your mind later.
Anyway, on the main folder here, you'll find this paper here, and it's broke down. I explained how I've got it broke down. The first ones are the ones that Clyburn is demolishing. He's got 8 more to go. He has assured me as soon as his 2 pieces of equipment come out of the repair shop, he'll have them down before the end of the year, or the end of our fiscal year. He's assured me of that. The next group are those that best I can understand have been to the meeting, got approved to be put out for bid, but haven't been put out yet. Some of those may come off of it because there's some of them been trying to do some work on them. One of them had, it was a stop work order because he's trying to do work without a permit. And since then, I've not been able to get a hold of it. So, and there may be another one, issue another one, I'll have to bring that up later. The rest of the list down there, you see, they have a 30-day letter sent out on them. By the end of this month, that 30 days will be up. I can send them, if they haven't done it, I can send a final letter to them. Some of these, the citizens, the owners have actually started doing renovations. Some of them had exceptions and they are being worked on, so they'll come off of it. Those, that should be in there, all except for one today I talked to, on the one on Mars Street. The daughter of the owner, she is working on it, the guy already have it cleaned up. She's gonna go in and have it redone so they'll have a rental price. It will come off of here, as soon as she comes in the permit, it'll be completely off of this list, the address list. Y'all have asked questions about three in particular. The old Jones Meat Market, old Sack and Save, and the old hospital. The one, I've been in contact with the ones from the hospital and the old Sack and Save. You have in there behind the photos of the old hospital, a copy of an email that the owner, one of the investors has sent to me. They have plans of getting it. It's got a bigger block of property for assisted living. That kind of work. Jones Meat Market, we may wind up having to take it down. I haven't spoke to the son of the late owner of it in a while.
Okay.
I've got to call, hopefully tomorrow, get a hold of the attorney who's handling things for the Sack and Save deal.
The old hospital, what are they saying?
The group, the man I talked to bought the interest that the man in Kentwood had. They have a bigger investment block of a lot of buildings, not just ours. They're wanting to turn them into assisted living places. I informed him of the conditions, that there's people living in there, that it's opened up. One of his first things is get people down here. He's supposed to meet with Dustin about getting the people out and getting it sealed up. Of course, they gotta make sure.
What's the name of
nobody's
their
in.
company?
Do what?
It's a church?
No, the church, the religious group got rid of it several years ago. To clean this one up and tear it down, you look anywhere from $500,000 to $750,000.
Does, and I'll explain where I'm going. He's not a, his company, if it's I know why the church took it. Somebody probably gave it to the church. And the church, we wouldn't have to pay taxes. They just got rid of it. So do they, I mean, is there any way we can, attach anything to their tax? Are they paying taxes on this thing? The company that owns it paying taxes to the city? I mean, is it
I will have to see, I'll have to get a hold of him and see if he has cleared the taxes.
Because I mean, that's why they gave it to the church. I mean, it's just, they're probably holding it and they give it to the church, they don't have to pay
Well,
taxes.
the church was probably 2 to 4 owners back when the religious group.
That's what I'm
several other
saying.
people
We need
had
to
it.
find out who owns it now and if there's a way that we can attach taxes to, attach something to them and start finding them or make them do something.
They should
Then-
Unless they already, the non-tax organization.
No, they're an investment company. They would not be non-taxable. And the email in there has their contact on them.
But that's not.
Oh,
But Daniel, do me a favor. I know you're working diligently to, make contact with whoever owns it. Keep trying.
What about
Contact
this
people.
one on Broken Lane?
I like, that's in my ward there.
that's what Fletcher put me in touch with today. There's a lot of old tires on it.
Right.
And did you know, I don't know if did you see there's a house?
There's what's left of a house. is on it.
And there's trash on it.
There's also power lines going down both sides of it, so there'll have to be some issues probably with the power company or working with them. to get
So here's
equipment
what
in it.
with tires.
Yeah.
On there, and I think this was a hot spot with our mosquitoes.
Y'all give me- If y'all would give me a little time, we're trying to contact a company that comes get those tires and picks them up. Just give us some time. We're gonna try to clear that out as quick as we can. We know we talked about that, today, James, and man, whatever you can do to keep making contact with the hospital, keep trying to do that.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch, find out where they're at,
Do
and
that.
the other ones as
Do
well.
that.
This one here, I just needed to ask, you'll have to give the go-ahead if you want to. In 2015, they had a list of the abandoned houses in Brookhaven. An engineering firm to come up with, has got a map here, they can update this one. Y'all would have to give the go-ahead, I'm not allowed to like to check on them, so, that would be something y'all would have to agree would be something worthwhile.
I talked with Ryan today about that, and he said that they actually go around and can give an update of the houses and all that, because they've done it before. And so, I don't know how the board would feel about that, but I told him to talk with you, I'm quite sure he did.
He brought me these
Okay,
copies
So
for
we
me to
need an
have.
updated map or whatever.
So what's the cost on it?
He didn't
That's
say.
what he would have to come up with
Yeah,
on
come
that.
with
What you just need approval to give a quote, or what you need tonight?
Well, I just really need to get a quote, from Ryan.
Just proceed to get a quote.
I'll get that one from you.
I got a question. The building on Highway 50, up by I guess it's north, Union Street, the railroad building. I've got calls, and saying basically it's abandoned and basically that everything's going. What, do we know the status of that building? Why is this? I mean, what we do about that?
I would have to check with a realtor to see if it's changed hands, other than what my references show. Rebel testers.
Right.
The building's not in bad shape, it would be a good
No,
building if somebody would use it,
I
but
think Terry Hood over there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He does. People inside complain about it though. They're saying basically not been upkept, so we've got a bunch of people that live in that, that's part of the growing problem where with the mowing. Because they're not mowing that, and the guy who's mowing for us, he should be mowing it, so really, that property is what we have a problem as far as you got high, nobody's not keeping the property up. So you're right, he does own it.
So contact Barry Hood, Brian, Daniel, and see what he's gonna do with his property, especially cutting the grass. Okay.
What you say about the Don Meatball, the guy, what's his status? I mean, what's his, we talked to, what is he?
the owner passed away, his son is.
He's not.
Okay, well, the son is watching over at Farm Mr.
Right.
Campbell,
Right,
but he is out of state.
right.
He's supposed to have somebody to help him with it and get information in, so.
Yeah, I talked to that guy, so I'm trying to figure out if he gonna try to fix it, he gonna tear it down, what is?
His first thing was he was asking about not having it torn down, but then I asked him if he has seen it.
Right,
And I know he had supposed to have somebody out there to clean up around it.
yeah, they go cut some limbs in front of it.
He was
put
supposed to
it around
email
it.
me his plans and have them for me noontime last Thursday, and I hadn't heard back from him.
So what is the, I guess, can we give him ultimatum, hey, you going to,
That's what the 30 days letters are for. If by that time they have not done anything or put a plan in their hands that y'all accept, then I'll send out the next series of letters. I'll have to give a minimum of 15 days before the board meeting that they can come here.
you know you got about 20 letters, right?
Huh?
You know you got about 20 letters, right?
Oh, I got a whole lot more than that.
I know he been getting last since I've been.
But see, what I don't know, is I have to start at this point
Oh, you
because
start
I
around
don't
here.
know what's been done already. So rather than missing a step and having the city in trouble,
Right.
I just started over at this and got done, but end of this month, 30 days will be up. If they haven't heard anything and not fixed, I go send the next series out. It'll probably be first or second meeting in October before we can have the board here to rule on it.
Mr. Mo, I got a question on this. I guess you might help me out. I think one of you is this would be dilapidated property and block properties. Do you, I guess, deal with senators, deal with this law you're trying to pass with block, land banking? Do you know the status of that for where it is right now for land banking? I mean, where,
Now, nothing's been passed in the legislature to help the city with dilapidated buildings at all.
There's been discussion.
that's why I said that. That's why I asked the question. Has everything supposed to be passed? In other words, they talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Hey, look, since I was in there too, everybody talks big game, but at the end of the day, it doesn't show up.
Right. I just wondered what was the status. I know that that's one they was talking about, but Jackson tried it. Actually, I want to say that it's been discussed a couple times where I think back in 2000, it's called HB 1019. Actually, I've been discussed. So it's in progress. We're updated. We're
Jason Berry, manager with somebody, but not saying the work with.
Yes, sir, that was a House bill that didn't make it. Alderman, that was a House bill that
Right.
didn't make it through the process. And matter of fact, you've got a comrade on that on the board, and that is Alderman Henning. He's been hitting up legislative delegation on that.
I
Probably had a
talked
lot.
to Jason about that land banking bill, and he's gonna look into it.
yeah.
Basically what it does, it lets the city go out.
I really hope Jason
Yeah.
put it out.
Jason
But
is-
no, sir, it is not making it through the process yet.
Supposedly, the USDA is supposed to be getting gobs of money. I mean, that's what I was told. They're supposed to be for the state. Supposedly. And then that's supposed to go to help with this. I don't know why the USDA is gonna be it, but it's a lot of money that they're talking.
I guess maybe get Jason, come in, Jason Berry, come in and give us an update on some of these bills that's out there. You know, we get a chance, so I know. Right.
Chief Angler, hey, can you get with Mr. Daniel? And over there on Highway 51, over there with the guy used to have Wilson Auto. And that and right there on that backside, on the lips.
Right.
Those tires that's piled up, and it's right next to that KDMC building.
Right.
And I'm afraid that if somebody go through there with a cigarette or something like that, it's gonna torch their side.
It's not supposed to be,
Oh, yeah.
but I'll get Stanley to make another little appearance over there tomorrow.
And just go ahead and just let them know, get them things going. And that's right over there, they get ready to start practicing and all that kind of stuff, all the mosquitoes, like they were talking about those mosquitoes.
That one's in the works of getting the ladder out. I've been out
Right.
for
No, I'm
a day
talking
and a
about-
half, so.
I can
He
The
can help.
city, the
I can
city
speak
can
to
only
that.
move so fast.
No, I'm talking about he can help you
I
with
can
that,
speak to
that
that.
fire side.
Their
And,
business.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Dane.
But
Appreciate it.
and I also put Jarvis Robinson on the zoning board for Ward 6.
Well, who was that?
Jarvis Robinson.
If you would, just text that to me so I get spelling right.
Okay. Tian,
Yeah.
street superintendent,
Oh, no, I have no report, you don't have any question.
Zetas Road, right there in Virginia, the guy, he's got another pile there. He's cleaning that line up.
I don't think he put it out yet,
I just got to.
he put it out. It hasn't been done today.
I have a limb pile, it's 6:45.
Yeah, he did that.
Hey, Tion, thanks for getting with Miss Jackson. You know how much I appreciate you handling that, and it looks like you got it worked out very well for the
No
city.
problem.
I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And back to the broken lane thing, I know we got tires, there's no house, but there is some garbage piles in there that, if you don't mind, just go through sometime this week, look at them. There's a couple of piles we might can get up to help out over there.
Okay.
And I got a work order on the right for some potholes and stuff. But If you don't mind, just look, see if it's something you can get before we wait on the time.
How you doing, brother? Did you get a chance to talk to Ms. Vincent? Did y'all get her straightened out for that school, with everything for what she needed?
Yes, I got with Mac, so the only thing we figuring out is to schedule the routes of the Christmas lights. So if I find out what the schedule and the routes is, and we have enough, I can get her the hardware, and we can put it on the phone.
I think if she didn't know what to buy, I think her mind was just, she didn't quite know what to get, so yeah, whatever you.
No, she don't have to buy
Yeah,
them. We have enough hardware that we can put them on the phone, and she can put her bands on it.
appreciate it.
Tion and, Mr. Jason, Palm Street over there, that ditch. They done call me again, in the neighborhood, done call me again about that ditch over there, that's be rolling at her, in her yard. It's rolling away at her yard, there's that ditch flowing down through there.
Okay.
And, need to see if I can go ahead and get those,
Well, I called the company,
uh,
and they're supposed to call me back with the prices of the cement maps. And so I'm just waiting on that.
hey, tell you again, we probably need to go out of state somewhere and try to find something. They don't want to sell stuff. You know, later house don't walk down the road.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
no problem.
Well, I just want to publicly say thank you. Being that I'm new, you guys have been exceptional, helping, getting on the job. Ward 3 is happy. The constituents are very happy. And so that makes me happy. So I just want to say thank you.
Very well. Everybody.
Okay, anybody? Thank you, John.
Bye.
Appreciate you. Chief Justin Barfield, I'm sorry.
How are y'all?
Good to see you.
All right, so to give you a report, on the Smith Car Wash, Bobby Smith has volunteered to just go ahead and let us shut it down without proceeding any further. We sent him a letter, his daughter and himself come to see me. He's in his 80s, and so at this time, he's agreed just to, because of it being a place of nuisance, has agreed to just volunteer to shut it down. So that was a good
So
report.
you're gonna shut the water off and the car, well, he'll shut the water off and everything, so it won't be.
I would think so. So, to give you a complete update on that, there was a person living there that, they served an eviction notice, and we got 30 days on that, for the person that was inside. But the car wash itself has been, barricaded. All right, so that was one of the things I had for you. And then, I had a couple of things I'll wait till we get to employees. And then if y'all have any questions that y'all wanted to ask me about the police department.
Thank you.
No, thank y'all.
Good job.
Okay, go ahead.
Great job.
I've got one or two questions. I got calls on.
Yes, so just to answer that question, if you don't mind, I'm gonna ask you that we move that to next board meeting. So that was, just so you know, that was number 7. I'm gonna ask that you move that to the next
You're
meeting,
gonna pull that out.
pull it out, put it for next. All right, I'm sorry.
I have questions about golf course.
Okay.
Tell me, I guess, the do's and don'ts, because I get caught up between golf course and ATVs. I think it's important. People see them ride certain places, want to know how they get ridden on. I think that's
So that's a very important question, and just so you know, the month of July, if we saw any four-wheelers on the road, we did a courtesy and just asked them not to put them on the road, a four-wheeler. We have had a couple of wrecks here, involving kids and stuff, but just so to answer your question, this, in the past, I think it was back in 21, it looks like here, June of 21, this board passed a low speed ordinance for golf carts. And just to give you an idea, there's 3 things that a person must do. The first one is they must come pay their $100 here at City Hall and get the sticker that would be placed on the golf cart that has a number attached to it. That's the first thing, the $100 fee. Second thing they must do is provide insurance, just like they would a car, for that vehicle to be on the road. And then the thing that they have to be careful about is if the speed limit's over 30, that's a road it's prohibited on. So there is a map that's provided by City Hall that somebody can get. It's also, I believe at one time it was posted, but we'll probably repost it in the future. But the roads that have a speed limit that
or, above the 30 is the golf cart prohibited because the golf carts are by statute or vehicles that travel under 25 miles per hour.
And the operator does the operator have to have a license?
So I think it does say 16 or older and,
No ATVs or.
right, it's, right. So I'm only guessing probably the reason that the question is because we have been warning people about the ATVs, about on the road. We were noticing and going through our parks, our different things, tearing up city property. So we did start warning them about, being on the, taxpayers' property, that they would need to fall under this rule if their vehicle did apply. Yes.
And last one, yes, and yeah, like that. Yeah, I thank everybody, I think you guys do an outstanding job on this.
Well, thank
Start of school, and again, being an educator, I know truancy is a big problem, most schools, whatnot, and basically, most job teachers is based on when kids come to school.
Yes,
I just wanna know what things you have in place where you make sure these kids are going to school, going to truancy office, because if they're not in school, we're gonna lose teaching units. So I think it's important how you guys interact with the truancy officer to make sure we got kids in school, we're not losing teachers.
Yeah, that's correct. So, we are currently meeting this Thursday with our chancellor, Joseph Durr, and the youth court referee. I think her name is Amy Foster. We're meeting with them on Thursday, and I'm assigning a person that's going to help us. Ms. Penny Banks is the one who's going to do that. And so she's going to be the one that's on, stop by the school. And what we kind of, this could change when I meet with the judges, but talking to the schools, what we're looking at is day 5 that they missed. Because sometimes, sickness and stuff. This is ones that don't report in, they're not telling us anything. We're looking at the day 5 that they missed doing just a courtesy visit. There would not be a fine or anything. It has to be over 8 days. But this would just be to try to show the parents that we care and that we're checking on the children, because it might be their single parents. They might not know the kid didn't get on the bus. I have that case right now on day 1 that I have a missing juvenile that we just located. We have not taken her off the NCIC because I'm waiting till we put our hands on her in Hattiesburg. Just a 16-year-old juvenile that was reported the first day of school missing because she didn't show up. So that one I'm hoping to close today. Based on the parents and everything, we know she's okay, but that's an example. So we want to make sure that we start that. These first couple weeks for the school has been enrollment and making sure that every parent has their student enrolled. So they start next week. But I am meeting with the chancellor and the youth court referee on Thursday morning. Have I already said?
Well, I sure appreciate that. I think that's the start of any type of job. I think people say our community under control, our kids in control. And we got people going to school. That's the one that's going to help us bring more jobs. Let's have a better look for our community.
Yeah, we're definitely, just based on what little experience I have and also my wife being a teacher, we definitely want to try to curb that before they get to high school.
Are we still implementing the curfew?
So the curfew, if I read that correctly, is at 12 o'clock. We have not actually enforced it, but that's something that I guess we need to revisit and decide, talk about.
What, you waiting on the manpower, getting your manpower?
That is a concern, is the manpower. But when we get to employees, hopefully we get a few more approved tonight.
Just for clarification, dirt bikes, the little motor dirt bikes, are those ATV?
So the dirt bike, unless they fall under the dual sport bike, which where they register and they get tagged,
Okay,
then they would be under the ATV, which would not be allowed.
great, okay, thank you.
And we're talking about every day. I'm sure when we have a parade or something, that will come down to what the guidelines of that parade is. But just to be riding every day, then that.
And he needs a helmet. And helmet.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We're just trying to keep accidents down. We did see a few accidents in the month of July involving ATVs.
Any more questions for Chief? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, moving right along. We got up to other business and we received and award the off-road diesel bid to Aubrey Wall.
Motion.
Is there a motion and second? Motion, more? And who second? Okay, good deal. 261. Any discussion? Ready, vote? Well, I'm sorry, then 2 through, let me go to, I'm sorry, my fault. 2 through, take 7 out. And 2 through 11 with 7 coming out. Motion by Mr. Spiller, second by Ms. McGee. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, we move up to, employee, related payroll and changes, hiring and resignation. I think we need to go into executive session with this part. To be clear, we're gonna go into executive session. I was gonna come back. Okay, we're down to what the mayor, I want to say, well, please, all the women and all the men, please, it's imperative that we do work orders for right now. It's imperative. Don't just call, follow up with your work order. Don't call Jason, follow up with your work order. Because it got to be signed by Jason and myself. So please fill out your work orders to make sure that it's all done. And another thing, I don't want to sound so redundant, but respect is what's needed in your ward. If one of the aldermen, you get a call from somebody in Miss Tate's ward and call Miss Tate. That's the first thing you ought to tell them to do. Call your alderman and then see what he or she says. Don't just go and start doing. That's out of respect. Do that. That goes, and Mr. Hines is the alderman at large. And before you do any work in those wards, Mr. Hines, contact the alderman to make sure that they understand that this client has called and they want this done, and see what you have done about it. And if they hadn't done anything about it, if they tell you, Ms. Hines, go ahead and do what you got to do that. Don't contact these workers.
I got a question, man.
Yeah.
I agree, I'm not contacting the worker, but if I call a person, most times they call and say, I already called that person. So why am I gonna recall the person when they said?
Because that might not.
That's what, okay, since you don't want to respond. What if I call you and you say, well, I don't want to talk to that person? So now, in other words, so see, when you do it that way, in other words, in your case, I've called you by a person. You told me what I don't want to talk to that person.
No, that's not what I said.
What you
I said the person don't want to talk to me, that's why he called you.
Yeah, but so they call me, in other words, I don't know, I'm not going back and forth trying to figure, okay, who they're gonna call, they don't want to talk to me. That becomes almost, I see both your email, we all don't have emails.
Okay, but that's it. If that person called you,
That's right.
and then they tell you they don't want to talk to you, call them.
Right. Well,
and then when you call them and you tell them what's up with what they want you to do, then you done. And then if they say, well, it hadn't been done, but I talked to Mr. So, he assured me that it's gonna be done. And if he don't get it done within such time, I'll contact him again, then I'll make sure it gets done. So man, it's about just keeping harmony,
Right.
just keeping respect and being in these, I knew it was gonna get this way, but please respect one another. Don't go in Mr. Spiller's ward because Miss Jane Smith called you. Talk to Mr. Spiller. Miss Jane Smith called me about some rocks in her yard or whatever. And so Mrs. Spiller, has she ever talked about it? Yeah, I talked about it. I reassured her I was gonna do it, but now, man, if you see a way or whatever the conversation goes from there, that's how you do that.
That's how I heard about it.
I appreciate that.
But I would like to address, it was a little incident, and we had a thing, and we worked it out.
Right. So,
And he called me, but I'd like to say, sometimes they may tell you they talk to me. That guy has never called me. I've been at this 12 years. And he called him.
Okay.
And whenever and he called me.
Okay.
And I said, you made a comment about maybe talking to him. I said, now, there may be a reason to call you. That was my word exactly.
Okay. Good.
Because he doesn't, I'm going to go to talk to him. And I told you that. So anyway, but that's the thing. But if they tell you they have it, I would appreciate it if you call me anyway, and then
Just call them. That's all you gotta do. It's about communication. And then I'm quite sure it could be settled. Okay. Thank y'all. Okay.
I got one.
You'll get a chance. Okay. You get a chance. See you, Carl.
I have something in executive session.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fred, you go. What you got?
Announcements?
Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all done went around?
I'm just going that way.
Only thing was, I think I took care of things with, Tina and Mr. Jason there, and, other than that, I got to work on it.
Okay. Good day. Mr. Spiller?
I guess, Ryan and, the fire chief and the chief of police, if y'all could look over there at Industrial Park Road, right there where that school is, and check and see if there's any kind of way we can get a light right there. Because there's a lot of traffic that's flowing out through there by the school. And then also, maybe it's a way for you all to get out with the fire truck. And if we can put a red light right there, that probably would be beneficial.
Yeah, we get hung up there quite often, different times of the day. A light activated by our tones or a push button or whatever that stops it would be good. So main thing, we just need to get people and we'll get there. But sometimes we sit there with lights on and I don't know if they think we're checking the truck or what, but they won't let us out. You just gotta force your way out there. Yeah, I'm all for that.
So after we spoke, my recommendation would be that the engineer actually look at it to tell us if it's feasible, but I think it would benefit the fire department. I don't have any reason to object to it.
We can look at it.
Would it be basically right in front of the station, that driveway?
I'll just look at it.
Yeah, that would be optimal, or then have your lanes back from.
Let's get together.
Okay, we get that done. Thank you. Mr. Hand?
I gave everybody a sheet paper. I think I just my little vision. I would see the kind of things that we need. I would love to see us try. I guess work before I get in the grant, right? I think it's important that for us to go do something when we're doing all along. But I think there are a number of, we're talking about budget right now, and we're concerned about when we get budget, but there's a lot of things out there with, I know grant writing can do. And one thing I think has the most money we can get without having return, without having match money, is basically that grant we're dealing with streets and dealing with sidewalks and dealing with those type of things. It's kind of outlining all those things in there. I really wish we can consider that because again, with hiring a grant writer, it gives us some opportunity to pass some things, work in community that we hadn't worked in before, and put things in place that we hadn't put before. So again, this kind of almost a yearly plan, and that's most of my thing about almost the whole city. Same as I mentioned my secret fix a while back that we tried to do a Zoom with, and again, that was active with the digital software that I gave everybody. Actually, you guys, please look at it and read it. A Zoom with it that will actually be more transparent, that allow everybody to know what's needs to be fixed, when it's being fixed, and how to stand. That way, it wouldn't be nowhere. I guess nobody's going with nobody issue, but now you would know where you stood if you had technology. My understanding that the guy tried to come here and he wanted to do a PowerPoint presentation, but the fact that how the board himself, he couldn't do a PowerPoint, and he tried to do a Zoom that basically, and most of us kind of, get on Zoom, so basically in that standpoint, that was a two projects that I think was very transparent to our people, the people who vote for everybody, they say, okay, they want to know what's going on. So, again, I think it's important that for us having a transparent, and we make sure everybody gets what they want, and understand the fact that, again, I think they voted for change and make sure that within change, it requires us to take what people want to see done. So that's where I think those are two great things that need to be done. Also, I think that the person that Mr. Howard brought in that was on the roll, it's amazing how that person going to do our city job with new things, we had to implement that. So I think there's a number of things that we need to try to implement, other than just trying, I guess, worry about waiting on the budget, I guess, but again, I think we're on the right track, but I think these are two great things I would love to see us do for us, hiring a grant writer that will allow us to do things right now, like you mentioned about Meadowbrook. I think Meadowbrook is one of those streets that would really implement from this, but I think we do need sidewalks because we got Center Point Church, which is actually growing. We actually put a family life center there. You got basically also you got King Daughters Hospital, basically great out land back there. You got people on that street complaining about people going too fast, so basically you can't walk. So basically by hiring a grant writer, you got a lot of communities that can benefit from this. So again, that's where I think that it's something we need compared to just assuming that we can't have. So I would love to see both those things be put in place. I don't know what I could do to make sure that it get on the agenda. But again, both cases, the guy came, see, and then he didn't get on. And this is with the grant writer. Again, I wish that we got a way to put on a criteria that we almost have to apply for a job as a grant writer.
Okay. The first thing is, I talked with him from California. All right. And I told him this vote room is not set up to do PowerPoints and do what he wanted to do. But I asked him to be patient because we'll be moving to a new city hall. He agreed. And so it wasn't dead. We just told him to wait us out and we'll be reconnected again to have his presentation. So that's what I talked to him personally about on the phone. And so I didn't say we ain't gonna do it. I just told him, please let us be moved. So we have a better setup to have all the stuff, technology we need in the new facility. So for the grant writer, I don't know if this city got a grant writer or not.
We tried, and we hired somebody, and we got nothing out of it.
Okay.
They also have lobbies also.
They want,
Yeah, the lobbies also include solicitor for money.
Okay. Okay. So we'll look into it. We'll look into it.
I made up one thing for the time. If some of these cities have got a good grant writer that we might figure out, that might be an avenue instead of some of those other guys just took us down the road with nothing. So I don't know what these other bigger cities like Madison, Jackson, Harrisburg, I don't know if they have somebody.
Okay.
It might be we could tap in on one of theirs.
Okay.
Or something.
Good deal.
You saying recruit?
Well,
I'm just asking.
use them somehow.
Okay.
Good deal. Mr. McGee?
Get them on the side.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Got executive session about the truck ordinance that.
Okay, good deal. Mr. Moore?
I'm good.
Ms. Howard?
Yes,
Ms.
I
Tate,
have.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. How we take. I have two announcements. I would like to say that we're going to be introducing the Mayor's Youth Council to our youth in the city of Brookhaven with the mayor's approval. This organization is undergirded by MML, the Mississippi Municipal League. And so we're just going to take their same structure. Kids 9th through 12th grade will benefit from it. They get an opportunity to walk alongside of elected officials, learn about local government, travel with their peers in Mississippi. And so I think it's going to be a fresh start for our youth. And so I'm very excited about that. Well, thank you for asking. I'm working with the principal. I'm just announcing it.
Okay,
This is what we're working with the principal, Ms. McLaurin, and her advisors and counselors.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to formulate the group, but I just want everybody to know we are introducing the Mayor's Youth Council. So we'll have us some little officials walking around, and I'm very excited about that.
Good.
My second announcement is that Ward 3, we're gonna have a fresh start community cleanup initiative. And they are excited about it, and so am I. And so August and September, I've gotten with Jason and Tion. It's going to be every week, Monday to Monday, and we have specific locations that we'll be placing a dumpster. This is going to help our residents when they have trash to put their trash in a dumpster. We're going to be checking the dumpsters every other day to make sure there's no overflow. So we just want to show the city, well, Alderwoman Tate wants to show that I am interested and I want to help you do what you need to do, because we can do our part, keep the streets clean, but we want to also help us keep our city beautiful. And so I will be posting that. If you want the schedule, you can find it. I'm going to post it on the bulletin board in front of the mayor's office. It'll also be on Alderwoman Jennifer Howard Tate's Facebook page, and I'll share some flyers throughout Ward 3. So be looking for that. And it'll start next Monday, August the 11th. So clean up initiative, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Well,
Mostly an executive session, but one thing Alderman Moore asked about last time, was if we could on some of these older buildings, what we may be able to do. And, of course, we can't go on private property, but working with, Mr. Red on, putting some things together in a new list of permits that we can do when folks come in to build something new, to rehab something, and to do those sorts of things. And as was mentioned earlier about grants, there were some grants out there which have gone away. Those are kind of fleeting. Those went by the wayside. So we'll see if there's something else out there too. We want to let you know that I'm working with Mr. Reed on trying to make sure we have something in place for you guys. Hopefully the next meeting we'll look at. And everything else is exempt.
okay. Thank you all. We're not going to move into executive session, and I appreciate y'all coming out. I really do, and I appreciate you who are watching us online. Thank you all. Thank you all for all your department heads for coming and doing what you do. But we've got some executive session to deal with, which deal with personnel and legal matters. And so, according to the Mississippi Act of Code of Section 2541(7), we will now move into executive session. Thank you all. Hold on. Okay, we need a motion. Mr. Hand. Any discussion? Ready to vote?
Yes.
Okay, the executive session 2541(7), we're moving to executive session. Thank y'all. Again, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.